the traditional, right, over the last, what is 25 years, 30 years, 40 years?
Sure.
Most of the, almost all of the detergents, whether they're used for cleaning pots, washing skin, cleaning laundry, doing laundry, serving as a shampoo, use a very inexpensive but effective, very powerful detergent that is called sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium dodecyl sulfate, sodium laureth sulfate. What else? Cocoa
sulfate.
Cocoa
Any of the sulfate
sulfate.
moiety, sure.
And these are very effective. Anyone who's washed a greasy pot or an old turkey, a turkey pan knows that they cut grease well. They're exceedingly cheap, and they have served as the principal detergent in most of the shampoos up to this present time.
Sure.
So if you go to your local store, or if you go even to any most of the places where you would buy a shampoo, and you look at the ingredients, you will see sodium lauryl sulfate. The problem with this detergent is that, yes, it cleans, but as you've said, it also takes off everything that nature has basically put on your hair to weatherproof it, to protect it. It also strips everything off your scalp. This is not a good thing. Most of the medical profession now appreciates that this is not a good thing. In addition, these sulfates tend to, this particular molecule tends to stick to your hair. And because it sticks to your hair, it leaves a film, and the film has a strong negative charge. This particular sulfate, this particular molecule, substance, is negatively charged. And when two strands of hair are coated with this negatively charged stuff, they fly apart. Negatives repel negatives, and you need to neutralize that. So we include, most of the products include a conditioner, or you have to follow the washing with a conditioner, which is a positively charged substance that then is used to neutralize and eliminate the charge. So what you end up with is a hair, scalp and head of hair that has been completely stripped of what nature has intended to have coated it with, your natural oils and peptides. This has now been replaced by this negatively charged commodity detergent film, which has now been neutralized by a conditioner. And this, of course, looks dull. So frequently, in almost every case, the product then contains a cone, dimethicone, imidamethicone, right? Cyclo, something or other cone, to give it a shine as you would shine your car. And so you now have taken what nature intended to supply your scalp and hair with, and you've replaced it with this collection of chemicals. We don't believe that that's healthy, and we don't think that that's the right way to go. So now it turns out that many products are called sulfate-free. Technically, that's correct. They have no sulfate, and frequently that means they have no sodium lauryl sulfate. But they have, if you look closely, molecules that sure as heck sound a lot like sulfate, because they are organosulfates. They are anionic, negatively charged surfactants, which are perhaps a touch milder, but still cause the same issues. They still have to be neutralized. They still are fairly strong detergents and have to be neutralized. And we've approached the problem with the LMA line by just building the whole product from the ground up, starting from a strong non-ionic system and working very hard to preserve what nature has developed for us.
Would you agree that the natural oils that are physically bonded to the cuticle and the sebum that's produced on the scalp, which is the lubricity during the abrasion process that takes
Right.
place, that if we remove the environmental soils and not the natural soils, the sebum is easily replaced as it's constantly being made.
Absolutely,
But the
absolutely.
cuticle coating, the hydrophobic coating on that, which is fatty material, it's not being replaced.
Right.
And as that's constantly being removed by aggressive processing
That's right.
and weathering and whatever, and then if you think of the cuticle being kind of like shingles,
Right.
and if we take away the glue
Right.
between those shingles,
Right.
which is fat based and also protein based,
Right.
that if we remove that, we're weakening the hair, and it's not in its native state. It's susceptible to more things.
Exactly.
And that's what the anionics are doing. It's
That's
really
right.
going in there and robbing
That's
that natural
right.
native protein, taking that oil that is there for the lubricity of the hair.
That's right.
So if we clean this too aggressively,
Right.
we're actually taking it out of its native state. And I think, and with the conversation we had also, is that the formulation
Right.
doesn't require an additional preservative.
Oh,
that
that's
it
right.
has a natural
That's right.
ability to withstand microbiological attack.
That's right. That's the other amazing thing, that when this mixture, this product line was created, it was created in such a way so as not to need a preservative, which means that we do not have to add a paraben or any of the other, which we believe is also, these are not good things to be putting on your scalp. These are substances which again perturb even the normal population of organisms that are normally
Sure,
living on your,
sure.
you don't want to do that.
Sure.
Nature, again, has permitted us to live in harmony with organisms on our body and our skin, and putting products on our hair and skin that kill bacteria that are good bacteria.
Yes.
We believe is also something we didn't want to do. So, as you point out, the product was created in such a way as to not require a preservative.
Which is amazing when you think
Yeah.
that the natural microbiome of the scalp and of the hair is maintained at a level where, there are all sorts of disease states that result from that.
That's right.
So the fact that we can go there, clean efficiently, but not strip and not upset the microbiome is a natural state and a healthy state. I mean, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and just to we'll do a little bit of science in, and you just touched on it. Our skin and our hair are populated with good bacteria. They are coexisting with us, just as in our gut we have bacteria that we have lived with. We live in harmony with these. When you take the traditional SLS sulfate type shampoos, the harsh common shampoo, and you wash your scalp and hair or your skin with these, you eliminate the natural substances that we produce that keep maintain this harmony, that keep the good bacteria happy and keep the bad ones away. And all of a sudden, the skin is now our skin becomes populated by organisms that were not supposed to be there.
Sure.
And this creates all sorts of things like dandruff and irritation and rashes, and leads in some cases, we believe, to hair breakage, for example. The Illume system, because of the nature of the cleansing agents that have been introduced, that system does not eliminate the substances, again, that we produce, the natural substances that we produce that permit us to live in harmony, those surfaces to live in harmony. The substances that maintain the happiness of the good bacteria. They provide a soil that is fertile for these good bacteria, and a soil that is not fertile and does not support the growth of these bad guys. So, by and large,
one point I think that we discussed is that the natural flora produces an antimicrobial agent,
absolutely.
which actually maintains that healthy state.
That's right.
And if once we perturb the natural flora, they're not making that to maintain that
That's
healthy
right.
state.
That's right.
So if you get any kind of if you get the wrong mix of organisms in the
Right.
follicle,
Right.
then you're probably going to upset normal hair growth.
That's right.
So that's a corollary to what
Right.
what we're talking about.
Right.
But the LMA line is designed to maintain that.
That's right.